Welcome back. Let's talk about construction. Construction is a technique used to draw more complicated drawings. And the best way to explain it is by an example. Let's say you wanted to put a circle in the center of an equilateral triangle. Now, AutoCAD can't do this directly, so you have to construct it. You'd start with the equilateral triangle, which you could draw with lines and angles, and then you could bisect two of the angles, and that would find the exact center, right? Where the two bisectors intersect, that's the center of the triangle. Okay, so that's the idea with construction. Now, this is a very powerful technique to draw more complicated things. Okay, so you're going to draw a bunch of lines, and then you're going to end up throwing away a lot of those lines because they're just construction lines. Okay, lines are cheap. Just draw new ones. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw this little reel thing right here, okay, with all these dimensions. We're not going to draw the dimensions, just the reel. And then we're going to draw this little gasket thing right here. So then the third thing I'd like you to do is make a write-up of this list of commands right here. So just describe each of these commands, what they do, and then the command sequence, the clicks and enters and tabs and things that you do. It's a little bit tedious, but if you take the time to go through these commands and the details of what you have to do, then it'll make you faster later. Okay? So 2 drawings and then a typed up list of these commands right here. All right, I'm going to draw this reel right here. So I'll be referring to these dimensions as I draw this, but I'm going to put this off to the side where you can't see it. Okay, so we'll start a new drawing. We go click the new drawing button, and we have to go to the desktop where I've stored my drawing template file. This is posted on the website. Click open, it makes a new drawing now, right? And I'll click zoom extents. Okay, make sure that ortho and grid snap are on, that's F8 and F9, and draw a pair of vertical and horizontal center lines. So there's the vertical center line, enter, enter. There's the horizontal center line, enter, circle. Here at 2.5 radius, another circle here at 2.25 radius, then another circle here at 1.4 radius, then a line at this center point, I turn off ortho, F8, come out this way, 3 at 60, then offset 0.3, the vertical center line, once, and then the other side. Okay, then offset by the radius of the little circle, which is 0.16. You're going to offset this circle here inside like that. So what we've done is a whole bunch of construction that's basically located the 2 tiny little circles that we're going to draw next. So circle, radius point, oops, let me start over. Circle, the center here, radius 0.16, enter. And another circle right here with the radius 0.16, enter. Okay, then take this guy, rotate him about the center of the whole thing, minus 60. Okay, then you can put a circle here, which I probably should have done before, but that's okay. And its radius is 0.4. All right. Then I'm gonna clean up some of the construction. I'm gonna delete those 2 guys because they're kind of in the way. I'm gonna delete this guy too. Okay, now I need to draw a tangent line in here. So go into your O snaps and just have tangent on and everything else turned off. Then line, hover over until you get a tangent, and click. Now you might want to F9, turn off grid snap. Okay, so you just get a tangent in there and then repeat the line command again. tangent, tangent. Okay, then let's go ahead and heavy over this thing. So we'll go to red, heavy, and I'll start an arc. Okay, turn off the tangent snap, and now I just want intersection snap. So start, midpoint, endpoint. Okay, then enter to repeat the arc command again. There's start, midpoint, and then there's an endpoint here. Okay, got to make sure you're getting the right ones in there. Then another arc, start, on, end. Then another arc, start, on, end. Make sure you're getting these intersection snaps. Okay, then this guy and this guy, I can just change them to heavy, red. Okay. Now pick all these guys that just drew and do array polar. So type A and then select array polar. Center point. Okay, I lucked out. All the defaults are 6 and 360 and 60 degrees. That's what I want. So just press enter. Okay, that's that stuff. Then, okay, there's some slots in the middle of this thing which we can locate via construction. So I'm going to go back to by layer and by layer on the color and line weight. Okay, circle, draw a circle here, radius 0.8, and okay, then some offset. So we'll offset 0.03 up. Okay, and then offset 0.05 to either side of the center line. Okay, and then make red heavy, and with the line command and intersection snap, just draw a little rectangle in there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete the construction on that because it's starting to get too messy. Okay, and I'll pick these guys and do A, array polar, center point. I got 6 items at 360 fill. That's what I want. Press enter. Then let's see, there's a little circle in here of radius, well, diameter, type D for diameter, enter 0.312. There's another circle I need to locate with an offset. So offset 0.5, the vertical center line, that away. Then that locates my circle of radius 0.13. Then there's a couple of little lines in here I can locate with offset. I can offset 0.06, no, 0.03 up and down. Then I can just, with the line command, I can draw over those guys on using the intersections. Okay, now I need to open this up in here. You could do trim, TR trim, and just pick everything in the general area and then enter, and then click the stuff you want to cut off and escape when you're done. You can click this guy and delete it, and this guy and delete it. So that matches the you know, the dimensions drawing, but I think there's a mistake in there. I think really this should be open, but you can't trim this arc right here, because when you make a polar array, it's all one block, they call it, so you have to explode that. So click you know, click one of these triangular things, and it selects all 6 of them, and then type explode. Okay, explode. Okay, now these things are back to separate entities and we could trim them. So I'll get in here, TR, trim, enter, pick all of this stuff, enter, and then cut out the stuff I don't want, escape when I'm done. Okay, that's it. Let me clean it up just a little bit more. I'll take that off and I'll take this off. And I think I'll make these two things blue center lines because that's kind of the standard center line, and then the color blue. Okay, that's the first drawing. You can leave some of this construction on just to show that you did it. All right, that's the first one. Let me do the real now. So I'm going to delete everything. Go back to bilayer, color, bilayer, line weight. I'll draw using grid snap F9 and ortho F8. I'll draw a vertical and horizontal center line. There's the vertical one, enter, enter. There's the horizontal one. Okay, so what we're doing now is this reel, this thing. So it's pretty tricky. We have to kind of rough it in, so to speak. Well, that's not the right word. We want to draw it accurately, but only partial. Okay, so notice that they're telling you 0.6 here and 1.0 and 3.2 across, all the way across. We want to use half this dimension here, or 1.6. And then this 0.4 is like the thickness of most of the gasket. This 0.4 kind of runs around all the way around. Okay, so we can get this thing partially drawn and then clean it up. All right, I'll move this off to the side. Okay, so I'll start with some offsets. 0.6, I'll offset up. Then another one, 1 down. Then 1.6 over to the side. That's half of 3.2. The 3.2 is all the way across. If you look carefully on the dimension drawing, there's only one arrowhead. So they really mean all the way across. So, but we're using half of that because we're just drawing from the center line over. We're just drawing half the part at one time. Okay, then I can draw a circle here of radius 1. Now I can do some offsets. Okay, I'm going to do a bunch of 0.4 offsets. That's like the thickness of the thing. Do that. Okay, then let's trim it up. So a quick way to trim stuff is just using the fillet command with a 0 radius. So F for fillet, radius option, 0. Then I want to click that, and then enter to repeat that command. I want this and this, enter this and this, enter this and this, enter this and this, and this and this. Almost what I want. I'll need to do a trim. TR, enter, and pick everything. Enter, then cut that off, cut that off, cut that off, cut that off, cut that off. All right, then escape out of that and delete those two guys. One more trim. Trim, enter, cutting object, enter, cut, cut, escape. Get it to look like that. Okay, now there's a little ear off to the left, right? There's this little circle thing, and then there's a kind of a cornery thing here poking off. We have to construct that. So, okay, they tell you some dimensions for the center of the little ear, and that is, we'll offset 2.1, this vertical center line, 2.1 that way, and then another offset 1.1, the horizontal one up. Oops, start over here, escape. So offset 1.1, enter this thing up that way. Okay, that locates the center of the ear, so draw some circles there. Circle here at 0.3 and another circle here at 0.15. Okay, now this ear kind of pokes out at 45 degrees, so draw a line from the center down this way. So turn off F8, turn off ortho so that you can come down at an angle like this. We want, say, about 3 and 45 degrees. Okay, then offset that by 0.3 in each direction. Okay, now if you look back on the dimension drawing, there's this radius 0.5. So to get that, we need to offset the 45 degree line we have here, and then right now I have a straight line at 0.4 over. I have a straight line right here, kind of at 0.4. If I offset that by 0.5, the intersection of those two lines will give me this, the center of this arc. Right, so in CAD here, an offset 0.5, this guy that way, and this guy, okay, this guy that way. Then that locates a circle here of 0.5 radius. Boom. There we go. Now from the center of this circle, okay, we can draw a line from the center of this circle down this way. Let's make it 2 inches and 120 degrees. Okay, I just drew that line right there. Then I can offset that by the radius of the circle, 0.5, and I'm back over there. And then one more offset, this time 0.4, there to there, and that's almost all the construction. I need one more thing. I need to grab this guy, lengthen it, so you just mouse over the square there, the blue square, and select lengthen, and then drag this guy down. Then draw a line. Okay, get into your snaps, and I'm going to need perp snap, perpendicular snap, so turn that on. So draw a line from this intersection perpendicular to this guy. Do that. Then one more offset, 0.4, this guy up that way. Okay, that mess right there of construction are parts in there. Okay, so I'm gonna clean it up with some fillets. So F for fillet. Oops, escape. Okay, F, fillet. R, radius. 0 radius, which basically means a right angle, or not a right angle, but a sharp angle. Okay, click this and this. Okay, enter to repeat the command. That and that. Enter to repeat the command. This, enter. This, enter. This, enter. Maybe up in here, this one and this one. Enter. Let's delete some noise. This guy, delete. This guy, delete. Get in here, and I'm going to heavy in. There's a line in here. I don't want to trim it, but it's heavy in some lines and arcs. So I'm going to go to red, heavy. I'm going to draw an arc. Turn off the grid snap there. So start, on, end. And another arc. Start. Pick on for that guy. It ends down in here. Yeah. Yeah, then I can draw a line from here to here. Maybe delete this guy. Maybe delete this guy too. And make this guy heavy red. And this guy, this guy, this guy, that one, that one. Make those guys heavy red. Okay, it's just about done. The thing you might note is there's these radii in here. There's a radii there of 0.5, and there's a radius 0.5 and a radius 0.5 on this thing. So we need to do those. So back to the fillet command, F, fillet, R, radius. But now I type in 0.5. Okay, then I can pick this thing, and it does that, and enter to repeat. Put in here I want this, and this, enter to repeat, I want that, and that. Yep. That's it. I could maybe delete that. And maybe this right here. I already know where that came from. That guy. So that's about it. I could mirror this stuff. Grab these little bits and pieces of junk. And MI for mirror. And it wants 2 points on a mirror line. So that point and like that point, and click no for erasing. That's it. We could take these center line things and make them blue and center line. Yeah, that's it. Don't forget to change your name and all of that, right? Like down here in the drawing number, you could type it. You could type, assignment. You could just type real. That'd be, or whatever this is, gasket. That'd be fine. Or assignment 5, drawing 3, whatever, something like that. And put your name on there. Okay, capture this. Capture the real, type up a list of commands that's described in this here document right here, right? So this drawing, and then the list of commands here. Type them up and describe what they're doing. Okay, the instructions are pretty step by step in here. So watch the video again if you need to, or look at all these steps. All right. See you next time.